So in this lesson, we're going to be looking at some basic chords and chord positions on a guitar. And what I thought I'd do is just show you some really simple ones and show you the reasoning behind that, because if you think about it, or the way I look at it, all your ad-lib, all your single note things that you're going to play, your melodies for your songs are all based primarily off of chords and chord positions. So therefore, if you just get the basics down, you can start maybe exploring more places to get the same chords. As you start branching out, maybe adding more knee levers or pedals to your guitar, that sometimes you can achieve those chords and at the same fret position. If you were playing C, which is all these examples would be a type of C chord, and you were at the 8th fret, if you had maybe a pedal or a knee lever that would drop your 6th string, a lot of guitars would have, then you'd have a C minor right there at that position. I'll show you some chords, basic chords, pretty much every chord that you'll encounter in most common music, just using really 2 pedals and 2 knee levers. I'm basically just taking your A and B pedals, your E flat knee lever and your F knee lever, and you can do pretty much all these chords. There's a tab and backing track available for this lesson on our Patreon site. You can get those by clicking the card or the link in the description at our Patreon site. Also, these are available for individual purchase or for our Tier 2 and 3 supporters. Some of these chords actually have 4 notes or more. For our purposes, and that's the reason I did it with a backing track, so you could hear that. You've got a keyboard playing the other notes. You've got a bass player maybe playing the root or the actual C note, since we're in C. So we can actually play with a band and be effective and sound right just using like 3-note chords. And that's what all these examples are. They're all 3, just using 3 notes. So saying all that, we'll get started. And I use C as just an example. If you go to your 3rd fret, you're in G. If I moved up 3 frets out of C to play the C minor, then if I was at my 3rd fret playing a G, I would move up 3 frets from the G to play a G minor. So you need to think like that. I played at a church one time, and years and years and years ago, but the only key that the piano player could play out of was C. So we played everything in C, and therefore I knew C frontwards and backwards because that's what we played at. Now as a musician, you want to grow, you want to learn your whole fretboard. So that's what you want to achieve. So let's look at the very basic chord for C, the major chord. If you place your bar on the 8th fret, that's your C position. No pedals, no knee levers, no nothing. And one of the basic groups that you would have there would be 5, 6, and 8. Okay, that's a C major chord. Now the next one I did on the backing track, if you raise that 6th string with your B pedal, that gives you a C suspended chord. And I'm not worried about theory, I'm just saying if you encounter a suspended chord, no matter what it is, a G, A flat, E flat, the way you would do that, you could play 5, 6, and 8, raise the 6th string with your B pedal. Okay? That's a C suspended. Okay, the next one I played was a C 7th. All you have to do is play, instead of 5, 6, 8, you play 5, 6, 9. No pedals, no knee lever, so you have that actually built into the no pedals position. 5, 6, 9 is a C7. Those are real common chords. You have a major, a suspended, a 7. Now the next one I did was a C major 7. Now you can take that same group that you just played, 5, 6, 9, slide it up 2 frets, add A and B pedals. The one that raises 5, the one that raises 6. Okay, that is a C major 7th chord. So you have a major 7th chord. You go 2 above the no pedals position. In this instance, we're at 8. You go 10 with A and B pedals. Now again, as you get more advanced in your playing, you can add notes to that and learn how to build your chords. Just to get into it and learn the basic positions, this is how you play it. Okay, so now we have a major, a suspended chord, a 7, and a major 7. Those are all real common chords that you'll encounter in your music. The next one is the C minor. Now again, looking with just the 5, 6, 8 group, you go to your 11th fret, press your A pedal. Play 5, 6, and 8, and you have a C minor. Okay, if you want a minor chord, you go 3 above the no pedals position and press your A pedal and play 5, 6, 8. So if I wanted an A minor, I know my 5th fret is A. I play 5, 6, and 8 up 3 frets. So if I play 5, 6, and 8 at the 8th fret, A pedal, that would be an A minor. Okay, so that's the way you need to start thinking. Okay, so now we have major, suspended, 7, major 7, minor. Okay, now another common chord that you would encounter would be the augmented chord. You play 5, 6, 8 here at the 11th fret with your A and B pedals and your F knee lever. So you have 3 things involved here: A, B pedals, F knee lever. You can play that over a C augmented chord. The last one I did would be a diminished. Again, I'm only playing a 3-note chord, even though that you may see it written with 4 notes. We can play with a band by doing it just like this. That is 2 above. You go to your 10th fret, same group, 5, 6, and 8. Again, trying to utilize one group. F knee lever only. That will play over the C diminished. The bass player or the keyboard or the rhythm guitar would pick up the C note, the root. They could play that, makes it work perfectly fine, just doing the 3 notes over the top of them. Okay, then I simply went back and ended it on the major. I played 4, 5, and 6, then I added my 8th string. Those are chords that you're going to encounter. All your melodies will be based out of this. All your single note playing that you do, your ad-lib stuff, will be based off of those scale tones, which involve different chords. C just as a reference. So try it in different keys. Give it a try and let me know what you think. If you'd like to support our channel, the best way to do that would be by joining our Patreon site. But you can also support us by pressing the like, subscribe, or join buttons below. We'd like to take this opportunity to thank our supporters on YouTube and Patreon, especially our Tier 3 supporters, Jim, M. Medlock, William, Philip, and Arthur. So thanks again and keep picking.